What's going on, guys? It's your man, it's your guy, the resident cheek clapper and homie dapper YGO Senpai here, and I'm bringing you the much promised Plunder Patrol test hand video. In the last video for the deck profile, I told you guys if you guys got at least 5 to 10 likes, I would go ahead and post this up for you, so that's what I'm bringing you right now. I'm just going to go ahead and hop right into it, shuffle up, show you guys what this deck can do. For anybody who doesn't know what Plunder Patrol can do by now, it's very much a mid-range deck, so a lot like Tri-Brigade, it doesn't put up the most impressive boards going on your first turn. It's more about snowballing advantage over the course of the game. So the test hands aren't going to be the most prolific thing that you've ever seen, but I would like to go ahead and discuss how these things can start to snowball advantage and things like that. So we're just going to continue to shuffle up here, and we'll just cut for our opponent. And let's go ahead and get started. So first we have a copy of Shipyard, 2 copies of Shipyard, a Black Eye of the Plunder Patrol, Emblem of the Plunder Patrol, and Bluebeard. Excuse me. Alright, so this is actually a very interesting hand. Let's go ahead and just see what we can get into with it. I think for my first play, my best bet would be to go ahead and normal summon the Bluebeard, and then we're just going to link that off for our copy of Almirage right here. Next thing you're going to want to do is activate the Black Eyes effect. Actually, before you activate your Black Eyes effect, you are going to activate your Bluebeard effect in Graveyard to discard a Plunder Patrol card to draw 1 card. You have an extra copy of Shipyard, so go ahead and send that to draw it. Dark Ruler no more. That would be really helpful if this wasn't going second hand, so glad to see that. Next, we are going to go ahead and activate our Black Eye, the Ship Guide's effect. We're going to target the Bluebeard in Graveyard to special summon himself, and this of course will add the Bluebeard back to our hand, which is really good. That looks weird. Next, all we're going to do, really simple, link these 2 off for our copy of Blackbeard. And if you're going second, you can go ahead and use the Emblem of the Plunder Patrol to get any monster you need on field to help start applying pressure, because if anybody doesn't know what this card does, it attaches itself to a Plunder Patrol, and then you can send it to the graveyard to attach whatever monster it would have been attached to another ship from the extra deck, whether it be one of these 3 right here, to go ahead, summon that out, and start using its effects. Next thing we're really going to want to do, I would suppose, because this is not a going second hand, we can really just go ahead and activate our Shipyard. I'm going to put it a little off screen here, but it is activated. Then I would use its effects to discard a Plunder Patrol card. I am going to make that the Emblem, as this is going first hand. And I'm just going to search our copy. It's all the way at the bottom of the deck of Plunder Patrol Booty. So then we can set Booty and be able to call whatever attribute we are going to need for whatever our situation is on our opponent's turn, whether it be fire, light, or dark. So if you call fire, you can summon out the fire ship. If you call light or dark, obviously you can summon out those as well. Booty is really good for getting out the fire ship, mostly because light and dark, are pretty common attributes, so it's very, very rare that you don't run into those. However, of course it does help. So then you'll just want to set your Booty, and you're set for next turn. And that's really the extent of it going first. Like I said, this stuff just kind of starts snowballing advantage, because once you call Booty on your opponent's turn, then you can use your Blackbeard to go ahead, attach itself to whatever corresponding ship that you called, draw a card, and start snowballing that way. So that is it for the first test hand. I'm going to go ahead, shuffle up, and get right back into another one. So gonna go ahead ahead and shuffle up. While we're waiting on that, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All those good things really helps the channel out, really helps the algorithm, helps, you know, people see the videos. We just would really appreciate it. Senpai, we'll love you for it. So let's go ahead and cut our deck and get into the next test hand. So, alright, we have a white beard, very good. A golden hair, very good. Plunder Patrol booty, also good. Foolish, nice. And shipyard, very cool, very cool. Alrighty, so this hand is really good. Let me go ahead and show you guys. So first thing I'm going to do, activate my copy of Foolish Burial. We're just going to send the Water Enchantress to grave. As so. Then of course, we're just going to banish the Water Enchantress to search the right of Aramasir. As such. Then, of course, we're just going to go ahead and activate the Rite of Aramasir to set our Fateful Adventure and summon our token. Or set, I mean activate. And summon our token. Coolio. And of course, Fateful Adventure, we can go ahead and search our Wandering Griffin Rider to our hand. We're just going to immediately special summon the Griffin Rider, and then use Fateful Adventure to search Draco back. And if you're going second, of course, you can just go ahead and use Draco back to start bouncing your opponent's cards and breaking their board. But since this is more of a going first type of deal, we're just going to add it to our hand and keep playing. Alrighty, so the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to normal summon our Whitebeard, and honestly, you could just leave it at that. If you wanted to, Whitebeard will accomplish everything that you need to. So then you'll just set your copy of Plunder Patrol booty. You can also activate your Shipyard and use your Shipyard effect to discard your golden hair to search a Plunder Patrol card, which is really nice. The only thing I can think that I would really want to add, considering you already have your Draco back in your hand, is your copy of Black Eyes for follow-up, because then you can target a Plunder Patrol card in your graveyard, specifically a monster, special summon itself, and add the other piece to your hand. So that'll be really good for follow-up when you need to start extending plays should your board from here get broken. So yeah, so right here you have an Omni Negate, you have a 2K token. This card, Whitebeard, for anybody that doesn't know what it does, on your opponent's turn you can go into a ship just like you would with Blackbeard that corresponds to an attribute that your opponent has on their field or in their graveyard, which is why drawing booty was so good with this card. The other thing too is when this card goes to graveyard, say for whatever reason this effect gets negated on field and then gets sent to the graveyard, you can still special summon a Plunder Patrol from your deck. So the big thing that you want to be looking out for there is if that does happen, you do have essentially what is another copy in Redbeard, except Redbeard's graveyard effect is different from Whitebeard's. Redbeard's graveyard effect is that it attaches itself to the monster that it would to a monster on the field that is a Plunder Patrol, should it go to grave. So there is that. But yep, that is it for that test hand. I'm going to go ahead and get into one more and show you guys maybe what else this deck can do. Like I said, guys, really just a mid-range deck. Doesn't do the most impressive things going first, just wants to snowball advantage. But that is one of the cooler things about it, because it just does that, and a lot of times it creeps up on your opponent. They don't realize how much advantage you have until you actually have it. So we're just going to go ahead and shuffle up one more time. get into this last test hand. I really appreciate you guys if you've stuck around this long in the video. So let's go ahead, finish shuffling up here, and cut for our opponent. And we're going to draw a copy of Shipyard, very nice. A copy of Whitebeard, is this just going to be the same hand? A copy of Ash Blossom, another copy of Ash Blossom, and a copy of Emblem of the Plunder Patrol. Alright, so this is where our field spell really gets to show off its power. So, first thing that I'm going to want to do, because we drew 2 Ash Blossoms, it's not great. I am going to go ahead and activate our copy of Shipyard, and use its effect to discard a Plunder Patrol card to add a Plunder Patrol card to hand. Play that I'm going to make from there is really simple. All the way at the bottom of the deck again is just add Plunder Patrol booty to hand. And from there I'll just normal summon my Whitebeard and set my Plunder Patrol booty right here, just so that we can get whatever attribute out of the extra deck that we want, whether it be the dark ship so we can banish, or the light ship so that we can negate. Honestly, you're probably better off going with the light ship. Just having that point of interaction with your opponent is really good. So yeah, that is going to be about it for this combo tutorial. Like I said, super simple combos, guys. So if you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, any ways to improve this deck, maybe any way that I can improve with the way I use this deck, would really appreciate anything you guys have to say. Until next time, it's your resident cheek clapper and homie dapper, YGO.